And we are live, folks. It is OddsShopper live Wednesday, August 7th. I am Josh Engleman. I'm going to break down any value we can find at sports books, pick'em sites. We're going to build a home run round robin. That's everything we're going to do for today. Any value we can find, we are going to grab it up. So hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you know when everything goes live. Unfortunately, we didn't get our home runs yesterday. Josh Bell didn't play. Well, Josh Bell didn't play because no one played. That game got axed. So we were down to 2. No home run from Diaz for the Astros. Unfortunate. No home run from Nick Castellanos. Unfortunate. But boy, oh boy, did we get a good line there. I believe we got it at plus 600. I do know that it was at least 500 later on in the day. I'm checking my Pickett now. Make sure you're following me on Pickett, by the way. Josh Engleman is the name on there. I added a bunch of home run props throughout the day, if that is interesting to you. I want to look at this Castellanos home run, though, since we didn't get it. Yeah, that line closed at plus 455 is what I have in front of me right here. Could be wrong. I definitely saw it at plus 500 later in the day, and we got it at plus 600. You really can't ask for something better. Now, we did a 2-legger on Betr last night. That was under 1.5 bases for Vlad Guerrero, under 1.5 total bases for Brenton Doyle. That hit. So if you followed us on Betr yesterday, you got a 2-legger that picked up a dub. Both of those guys went under. They only had one single base. Yeah, Steven, I know how you feel there. I know how you feel. On PrizePicks, we did the 5-pick card, and then we added the Anthony Edwards free square. The free square did hit, but we went 3-2 on those 5 plays, which got us a little bit money back on the 6-legger. We didn't. It was a little bit worse on the 5-legger. Brian Bayo and Luis Severino both just crept over their number. We got JD, Tyler Molly, and Ross Stripling correct. But we did get that Betr card correct, and that's all that matters. But now, folks, we must find some home runs. If you're here and you're watching the show right now, drop your home run thoughts into chat. Now, obviously, we're going to have Arizona and Cleveland, Minnesota, and the Cubs are going to be getting their first pitch in the next couple of minutes. And then we have games starting at 2 o'clock. So we could look a little bit closer if we're looking to find any additional options. I'm going to hop over to the EV bets section of OddsShopper right now just to see what we have. And oh, baby, do we have one. So much so that I'm going to go grab it right now. Do you see it on the screen? If you do, Jazz Chisholm, 12 OddsShopper rating, plus 220 to get an RBI. If you can get it, do it now. I'm scrambling to get it on my phone as fast as possible. Plus 11 EV. We'll look at the details afterwards, but I want to lock this bet down just because I don't want to miss it. So let's move quickly. Folks, if you are on DraftKings Sportsbook, we have a 12 OddsShopper rating hanging out there right now. I want you guys to understand this. It's very important. 12 OddsShopper rating plus 11 EV. You need to take advantage of these things the moment that you can. It's too good of a play, and by sleeping on it, you're going to cost yourself. So, we're going to go MLB. We're going to go... So that's Yankees in the... Ooh, I'm a little nervous about this one. So that's for the... All right, so let's get Yankees, batter props, RBIs. Chisholm is plus 220. 11% EV. Yeah, I'm putting a decent chunk down here. That's a great line. Take advantage of it. Bet is in. Lock it down. All right, so I want to walk through this. Let's see if we have any value, like what OddsShopper has done on these sorts of plays. So I'm checking out the history of MLB bets, total RBIs. Now, just in general, how frequently are we recommending these plays? We've had 1,564 wins, 773 losses, plus 4.6% EV, regardless, or as long as you had a 2 OddsShopper rating. I'm going to take it up to 5, since that's a pretty high score. At 5, we jumped to 7.5 ROI. If I take the EV up to 5 as well, we've only had 140 or so of these, 13.5% ROI. This is great, dudes. Vince, yeah, I am. I couldn't be happier. Now, if we want to just say, we'll say 2 hours before game time, that's going to shrink that sample. We're up to 25% ROI. I'll ignore the EV, just 5 OddsShopper rating or higher. We're down to 12.5, 106 and 43. This is a massive, massive line for us to be able to grab. And honestly, grabbing Kikuchi under 6.5 strikeouts, I'm about to do the exact same thing. OddsShopper rating of 5. I look for anything 3 or higher, and I will basically blindly bet anytime I see that. I trust this tool that much. And for right now, I'm grabbing Kikuchi under 6.5 strikeouts, and that is going to be at minus 105. Ooh. Yep, it's still out there. Under 6.5 strikeouts. Minus 125. Bet is in. Again, these are all going to be on my picket if you're ever looking for additional plays. But I lock both of those in on DraftKings right now. Now we need to find our home runs. Xander. I have it with a 4 on Fanatics. But I appreciate that shout, Vince. And like obviously I would hit, the Fanatics and Caesar or BetMGM rather, but I don't have that locked and loaded for myself yet. But that is coming in the near future. All righty. I want to see if I have any value just hiding around out of the gate. Coming out of my own model. All right, so as I run the home run model. All right, Einsteinium said Soto. I think he should be the first guy that we research. So Soto gets Davis Daniel on the opposite side. Daniel has had, minimal sample. Obviously a huge home run threat. Not so sure I love the Soto shout. Obviously I think he's going to homer. Joseph Ramirez wants to look at Jackson Holiday. That's a great place to start. Somebody that probably has a thinner line too. So Holiday, power's starting to come around. Obviously lefty righty here on Bowden Francis. Let's take a look at that Jackson Holiday line. Because I kind of like it. Plus 830. Okay. I can get behind that. It's not my least favorite line in the world, but I like the spot. What does lefty power do in Toronto? I don't quite remember. So if we bat from the left-hand side, Blue Jays Park. 94 park factor to lefties. This is a place where lefty power isn't ideal. Joseph Ramirez, I think I might kill the Jackson Holiday one now. Gunner at plus 370. Yeah, same situation here, sort of. I like it, but maybe not as much as I thought I would. Jordan, Benintendi. I could think about the Benintendi piece quickly. Joey Estes. Only a 121x ISO against righties for Benintendi seems too thin. Bryce Harper, not a bad shout. We got a lot that we can look at. I don't have a lot that are just immediately jumping off the page for me. All right, I have some value spots too. I do want to look at one guy first. Let's go to the second game of Arizona and Cleveland. Now, obviously, we don't know if this dude is going to play or not. Who's pitching game 2? So that's going to be Carlos Carrasco on the hill. Oh, it was already there. I want to look at Eugenio Suarez against Carrasco. This year, so Suarez, 190 x ISO against righties over the last year and a half. 201 x ISO to Carrasco over the past 2 years. 175 to righties. That's my first play. That's the first guy we're locking down. The first play that I'm locking down is from the second game of Arizona and Cleveland. Now, maybe we get unlucky here and we don't get Suarez starting, but I am taking plus 560 on Eugenio Suarez as our first home run. Go back to Diaz. I'm sure he pays off today. I can't because I don't like it the same way, but we should. Brent Rooker is another one we could take a look at. I just don't like taking people in Oakland. Not that it's horrible. I got a couple more guys that we can look at that are actually showing up with value for me. So let's look at Gary Sanchez. So Milwaukee is taking on Chris Sale. Clearly a terrible spot. Sanchez, though, over the past year and a half, only 147 plate appearances, 350x ISO to lefties. If you add in the year before that, we're still at 268. It's a small sample, and obviously a matchup against Chris Sale isn't that fun, but I kind of like Gary Sanchez here. Am I nuts? Righty power in Atlanta. 97 park factor this year, was a lot better over these past 2 years. So Gary Sanchez is sitting at plus 520. That is going to be our second play. Gary Sanchez to homer off of Chris Sale at plus 520. My third play that I want to take a peek at is going to be Yastrzemski. So Giants are on the road in Washington. Jake Irvin on the hill. Yaz with a 182 ISO against righties. Lefties with a 217 X ISO against Jake Irvin. And Washington 101. Ooh, that's lefties. Boop. Or that's righties, rather. Lefty park factor in Washington does play down power quite a bit. That's a little frustrating. Yaz being at 320, though. It's 230 at DK. It's 240 at Bet365. It's 300 at BetMGM. I'm going to take that plus 320 on Yastrzemski, and that is going to be that's going to be what we locked down. Yeah, that's what we're going to be, what we locked down. Yaz plus 320. Can I save my bet slip? Let's get FanDuel Sportsbook pulled up on the old cell phone. Log back in. Got it. There we go. You guys joining me on this round robin? We're due, guys. We're due. And if we can get the either Eugenio Suarez or Gary Sanchez homer, then we're going to be neutral at least for the day. So that is going to be Eugenio Suarez. Hold on. Oh, that's the live line in the other game. I was like, what is happening here? We're going to browse to that one directly. MLB, Arizona, to hit a home run. Eugenio Suarez. Got it. So that's one. Gary Sanchez up next. Gary Sanchez to homer at plus 520. And finally, Mike Yastrzemski plus 320. So if we take a look at our bet slip, round robin, 20 on the twos, 10 on the threes. We're looking at 3,500 if they both hit, plus the single bets. And we are in. Boom, boom, and boom. 150 plus 70 is 220. We profit if Sanchez homers. We profit if Suarez homers. We're down a little bit if it's just Yaz. But the bets are in. Who's tailing? Einsteinium, I assume. Steven Leibowitz. So what you're telling me right now is that Sanchez is due. Small but not tiny sample. Sanchez is 5 of 28 versus Sale. No donks, 10 Ks. He is due, sir. Due. Due. And currently, Mike Yastrzemski under 1.5 total bases at a 7 OddsShopper rating is the number one play that you can get to on OddsShopper right now, which means I'm actually about to place this bet. Mike Yastrzemski under 1.5 total bases is minus 125. So we're going to grab that. And I did. But let's look at the pick'em sites now and let's find out if we can build any cards. So on the pick'em streets for today, where are we expecting to look first? We can grab a two. Well, we're about to grab Yastrzemski and Kikuchi on Betr. It's happening right now. If you're playing, or sorry, is that Dabble? Shit, I'll grab Dabble after the show. Sleeper might be where we're going right now. Every time I want to go build Dabble, I keep forgetting that I don't have my driver's license with me, and then I never forget to come back and do it again, which is not the way to do this. I want to see if we can grab that value on PrizePicks. I think that's the most interesting spot right now, actually. So let's hop to PrizePicks. And let's sort for PrizePicks. Because we do have enough value that it'll be close. PrizePicks Optimizer unencumbered for today. We can get to 4% EV on a 6-pick card. If I remove Austin Riley, we still get to 2% on a 5-legger. We're dead in the water if we're trying to go to 2. So I think we're going to grab these 6 recommended plays right now on PrizePicks and build out a 6-leg card. So we're looking at number 1 play is Bowden Francis. Strikeouts, less than, no surprise. Eric Fede, strikeouts, less than, no surprise. Jake Berger, under 1.5 total bases. Perfect. Brendan Rodgers, under 1.5 total bases. Austin Riley, to not score a run. And finally, Mitch Garver, to also not have a base. 6 of 6 is 25x. Card is in. Oh, you bastards. We're not putting that card in, folks. Eric Fede's strikeout line moved just as we were submitting down to 5. That is going to take the value out of this play and probably make it close to neutral. Because Fede coming down to under 5 strikeouts is going to remove that value. And if I remove Fede, we're at 1%. I'll still take it. 5-legger, need 4, and we're in. Caponecla, link is posted. Vince, what's the Goblin special today? All right, what else do we have on OddsShopper? Oh, I want to let you guys know, no OddsShopper live on Friday. Have to cut it short. I have to go and pick up Laffy. We're heading to New York City, so I'm not going to be able to do it. Let's see what else we have out here right now. Sleeper, dabble. Let's see what we can get out of our boys at Betr. Since we picked up a win at Betr yesterday, feels like we should try to pick one up today. However, might be a little thin in the Betr streets. Yeah, 1% EV on Betr right now if you take the 6 best plays. That's a little tricky. Sleeper has the value. If you want to play on Sleeper right now, 12% EV on the top 5 plays on Sleeper. Wonder if you pull that Ohtani if you still get it. What if you pull Taj Bradley? No, sorry. What if you pull Freddie Peralta? 3-legger is still plus 11% EV. Bradley, Taj Bradley under 16.5 pitching outs. Estes under 17.5 pitching outs. Blackburn under 15.5 pitching outs. Oh, Vince, interesting. That's kind of cool. That's a decent gimmick. That's a cool little gimmick. Did you get an email for that? I didn't. All right, so that was Sleeper. If we run the Dabble optimizer, you can grab 5% EV on a 5-pick flex on Dabble. I do wonder, however, can you get EV on a 2-legger just because of how good they are? If you add in Davis Martin, you're still at -8. If you add in Ryan McMahon, you get to -1. So you do need to use all 5. If you want to get crazy, though, and power play it, 5% EV on a 4-legger. If you take out the Davis Martin strikeout play, okay. Think about this one, guys. Maybe you could do 2. Yeah, this is the play. If you play on Dabble right now, Yaz under 1.5 total bases, Kikuchi under 6.5 strikeouts, Davis Martin under 4.5 strikeouts, 3-legger, 14% plus EV, and it's a 6x payout. Now, you need to hit all 3 of them, otherwise you get nothing. Geraldo Perdomo with the homer so far for Arizona. This is a hell of a play. And if you're on Dabble, you want to take advantage of this one right here. Let's see if there's anything for pick 6 in the optimizer right now. K Thumbs, there's basically no value in the pick 6 streets right now. If I put the top 6 plays in, they're all negative EV. It's really bleak. Appreciate the shout, though. Vince, it was in your email? I don't have that email. That's so weird. Yeah, I don't have that email. It's not in spam or anything either. Bizarre. Well, we hit some really nice bets on the FanDuel side. We got our round robin locked and loaded. We hit our PrizePicks card. We do have a Dabble card that's available to people. You'll see that soon enough from me, where we're going to be on every site every day. We're still working out the kinks, so to speak. We hit a couple really nice OddsShopper plays with fantastic OS ratings. I think we've run into the end of this show. So tomorrow, guys, you will get me from my childhood home. I'm going to sign off of this show right now, and I'm going to drive to Pennsylvania from North Carolina. So I will see you guys from my living room of what is, I guess, now my house. My second home. I didn't think about it like that until right now, but yes, no one else can lay claim to that house any longer, so I guess it's mine. I'll be live from my second home, an absolute shithole in Pennsylvania, tomorrow morning. Guys, it's been great. Another one in the books. Make sure you're tagging me. If you bet these round robins and we hit home runs tonight, I want you to tag me. I'll be texting you guys and responding to them while I drive. Nothing wrong with that. I'll talk to you guys later.